let us move on to another story here. This one is another one that caused controversy. There's a lot of controversial
A lot
stories.
of controversies going on.
Okay, so they will release. This is what's the name of the company that releases this fucking game? Remedy. So Remedy is releasing the Control Ultimate Edition. Right, going to cost $40, and you can upgrade for free to the next generation consoles. But there's the catch. And Brett, I'm giving you props for this one. You called this shit a year ago. And
I have something to say about this.
And Brett, if you don't recall what you said that these companies will find a way to charge you for next gen upgrades. They just did it. So, okay, if you buy the Ultimate Edition of Control, you can upgrade for free, to the next gen consoles. That's great. If you have the normal version of Control that you bought last year, you got to buy this shit instead. No free upgrade for you. Ain't that about a bitch?
So wait, but only the Ultimate Editions transfer over?
Yes.
Yup.
Fuck.
That's a ripoff.
All I gotta say is,
actually, you know what? That's kind of fucking false advertisement. They say that like the games will be you'll be able to play your PS4 games or your PS5. They didn't tell you if it was only the Ultimate Edition.
Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't. They also didn't say it was mandatory on every single level. And we said this also too.
Yeah, we did say that. We specifically said, remember, because Microsoft was touting smart delivery, right? Like, oh yeah, we're gonna have games, upgrade for free. But we told you guys here on Throwdown, we said this does not apply to third party, but third party are not beholden to this. So there you go. Yep. Mr. Manjoma set us off, man.
Oh, I actually think it's kind of funny that this is happening because I
already know where this is going. I know where this is going. Go ahead.
Okay, well, there's that, but that's not actually it. It's actually funny on like a different level. So, remember how start of this generation when companies were coming out with like PS3 remastered games and everyone was just buying it up, and I was like, don't do that. It sets a bad precedent. And everyone was just like, oh, whatever. We get to play these games that we've already owned. And I was like, you're paying...
Yo, Brian, just say my name. You're going to keep saying all... No. Just stay me. That's it.
Hypothetical Man.
Hypothetical Man 3. Right. Let Brian finish, man. Go ahead.
It's not even hypothetical. It's just the idea of, like, people were paying, again, for a game to play on the newer consoles. They've just done the same thing again. Like, to play Control on the next-gen consoles, you simply buy the game again, get access to the next-gen versions. Like, this is the bad precedent that I was referring to. It's not the exact same situation, but it's the idea that because people were buying it, I'm like, don't do that, because they will see that, and they'll say, hey, let's just do it anyway, or find something similar. And then they announced this whole, next-gen, smart delivery, cross-buy, whatever nonsense, and then... They were like, okay, cool, let's just inject our ideas into that. And that's it. So, to everyone that ever bought any remastered game on the PS4 and is complaining about this is your fault.
This is your fault.
This is legit. I told you, it's what makes you laugh. Because again, this is your fault. I said, don't do it. It's going to be bad. I even said, you shouldn't have to rebuy the game again to play it on the next generation of consoles. And yet people said, oh, Brian, whatever, shush. And it's like, okay, cool. Now it's here. Again, I can't even be mad. I'm just sat here like, okay, fair enough. Like, I have no sympathy for this. Like, I generally don't. Like, people want to be mad. Like, well, you should have been telling people not to buy remasters. Simple. That's my thoughts.
And the beautiful part is, Throwdown has been around since this generation started. So if you think Brian's full of shit, he did say that. He said that 7 years ago,
It's just makes no sense. Like, why should people have to rebuy the game again? I'm going to say the same thing I said 7 years ago. Why should people have to rebuy the same game they already have to play it on the next gen of consoles? It kind of makes no sense. So all that, again, it's still bullshit, don't get me wrong. I think it's nonsense what they're doing, but at the same time, I am done being mad at them for doing it, so I can't be mad again.
Yeah, and of course, Brian, just tell him, if you had the game on PC, you don't have to worry about this shit.
Oh, the PC side is even weirder, Tony. You have no idea. So, Control was locked to Epic Game Store, like on launch, right?
Yeah.
This Ultimate Edition, which ironically has the UE as the abbreviation.
Yeah.
Unreal
Unreal Engine. Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's coming to Steam a week before consoles and Epic Game Store.
Okay.
I don't know why that is. I have no reason why that makes sense.
I didn't know. That's weird.
So you can play it a week or like 2 weeks before because I think it's August 27th and September 9th, so like a week or something. Yeah, I don't understand why it's coming to Steam first. I would have thought it's the other way around, where it's coming to Epic Game Store first and then Steam afterwards. But that's why I said it's even weirder, Tony, because that makes no sense on any level.
It doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to wrap my head around it right now. I'm like, what the fuck? Really?
They probably made a deal.
Yeah. But it's coming. I'm going to say this because I'm thinking about this right now. This is diabolically genius if you think about it. It's like, okay, we're going to, and this is something I said, right? But I was specifically talking about Sony, but this is thanks to everybody now. It's like they're going to find a way. Again, let me take it back a little bit. We know that if you pop in Control on your PS5, the shit's going to work, right? And I was like, they're going to try to find a way to get you to buy the game against them. At the moment, I didn't know how they were going to do that. This is how you do it. Just slap an Ultimate Edition on the shit. Lower it by $20. Yeah. Bam. There you go. That's how you get people to how you sucker people into it. That's fucking ingenious if you think about it. I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing. It's business or whatever. I'm like, wow, damn. Okay. And the thing is, and Brian, I want to get your thoughts on this too. Okay. There was outrage, but not as much as I thought there was I thought there would be more. There was not enough outrage as far as I'm concerned. People were like, fuck it, I'll buy it.
I think it also depends on the title.
Yeah, Brian, real quick, and then Adam, you go, and then B. Will. I want to get your thoughts on this. So Brian, Adam, B. Will.
I think people just generally are just... I think people just don't care as much because, again, they're already... damn, what's the term when you're used to something?
Used to something? Just keep it simple. Accustomed, Brian. There you go. They're accustomed.
Accustomed, there you go. Yeah. Thank you, Tony. Yeah, they are already accustomed to this type of mentality where, I need to rebuy the game again for the next gen of consoles. So maybe they're just not that fussed.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Adam?
Is it also...
Yo, man, hold on. You get your turn, man. I want to get Adam in here first.
Yeah, no, I just don't... So wait, what's in this Ultimate that's so different?
All right, Adam, you're wasting our time now. I want to get your thoughts on it, man.
Adam. This is the thing I don't understand is that if, let's say, you already purchased everything, so it's like, this is an Ultimate Edition. Well, I already have all the DLC and shit. Well, if you want to play all that, you're going to have to pay $40 if you want a new. If that's it, then those people are not going to do it. Because if they already are hardcore into it and they already purchased all the DLC, and they're not getting anything new out of this, just the fact that you can play it on next gen, fuck that game. You're done. You move on. I think this is it's some incentive just to get people that didn't get on board. I was like, well, you didn't get on board, and we got all this DLC. We're throwing Alan Wake and all this stuff into it, and it's $40. They're just trying to get some new audience, and I don't think a lot of people are going to jump over because all people that I know that played Control finished it already.
What I was going to say...
Yeah, Manny, go real quick. Manny first, and then you, Brian, before Manny
what I was going to say was, you look at the magic location of where they're releasing this. Right in the smack center, right before obviously this game was the game of the year.
That's right. It was.
It was the game of the year last year. So it's being released in this magic location where, in other words, they can get more headway, get more people to have their eyes on it because they can just toss that out on there and also say, hey, you can bring it over to the new systems.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a double sort of cash grab for them.
All right. Anybody here picking that up?
No.
Anybody in the chat gonna pick it up?
I mean, I have control. Yeah. I have control already.
That's what I'm saying.
I have control. The thing is, because I've reviewed, I didn't pay for it, but I'd rather just get it on PC to be honest. If I'm going to go that hard,
So, Adam, to answer your question, Control at this point in time is the base game. Well, it has the base game and the one DLC, right?
Yeah.
The Ultimate Edition will come out with two DLCs, which is the Alan Wake one that they have announced. So
but that's not exclusive to next gen. That's going to be on current gen, also that DLC, right?
Yes, it is. And here's something that people are probably tired of hearing me saying. People don't have the option to just simply upgrade to the Ultimate Edition, as far as I've read.
No.
I've not seen anyone say that, hey, if you have the base edition and you bought the DLC 1, if you buy DLC 2, then you get upgraded to the Ultimate Edition and hence you can transfer. I've not seen that.
That's some bullshit.
Well, I keep saying companies should give people options, and, well,
That's
I am
we'll
consistent.
see.
Yeah.
We'll see if people
They are
jump
giving you an
on.
option. The option is buy the Ultimate Edition.
The option is buying the car in... Tony,
Yeah.
the option is buying the car in black.
Yeah.
So Tony, you finished it, or who else did for Manny? You finished it, right?
No, I actually haven't played it. To be honest,
Brett
like,
finished it too, right? Brett, you beat Control.
Brett, you finished.
I beat what now?
You beat Control, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So do you? Let's say, all right, like this type of deal. Do you see yourself replaying? Is it worth replaying and paying the $40 on next year? No,
not a chance. Not a chance.
There you go. There you go. See?
No.
Actually, you know what, Adam?
No. Fuck you guys.
I like
There you
that.
go.
You know what, Adam? I think I may replay it, just to get the platinum, because the platinum's pretty easy, But,
it's not a hard game.
Yeah, but rebuying it again, if I'm going to buy, because I didn't buy the game the first time around, I reviewed it. If I'm going to buy it, I'll buy it on PC.
But that's what I'm saying. So there you go. The majority of people, if they did
The PC versus the Ultimate Edition,
This isn't one of those games that just like, man, I can't wait to play that on a better system. No, it's not.
Yeah, but people, the game is dope. Don't get me wrong, but there's other games out there. B will get in here, bro.
All right, so somebody tell me real quick. What we know is that both Xbox Series X and the PS5 will boost previous gen software, right? So
Yes.
Series X is going to play Xbox One games, but it's going to play them better. Exactly how much better, that's not like quantified yet, right?
No.
From what I've read, is they're going to stabilize the performance. So if games were performing under 30, then they'll have enough power to be at 30. I've not read anything about it being able to push past that, which is why I'm still on the fence. But that's the general consensus for most games, is that it'll just be more stabilized.
Okay. So same thing with PS5. Like, it's going to play it better than the PS4 could, but it's still a PS4 game. It's not going to turn 1080p textures into 4K textures. We're not talking anything that magical as far as what we know right now, right?
Let's call it the hypothetical remastering engine number one.
Okay. Sure.
As far as I've read, no, I don't know. But again, I don't know if this is simply just going to be the PC version of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be that when the PS5 versions come out, they come out with like the with the PC level stuff. Also, this was one of those games that was very impressive in terms of ray tracing. So potentially the next gen consoles could have the ray tracing version.
Okay. So it seems like really the difference really comes down to what your PS5 or Xbox Series X does to the PS4 copy of the game versus what Remedy releases as the next generation copy of the game. That's the battle being waged here. Because you can, no matter what, if you only play it on console, your PS5 or your Xbox Series X is gonna play the PS4 or Xbox One game better than you've played it before, right? But you still have no idea exactly what's going to be in the next gen update patch version of the game. So I wouldn't be too upset. I'm not upset because I wait to buy every fucking thing. I just started playing Spider-Man. Yeah. So
I was about to say, B-Will, you must be laughing your ass off right now,
I am, and it's fantastic because I'm going to wait like a year before after Control finishes and it's going to launch with the Ultimate Edition. I'm going to buy it next summer for like $25.
It's going to get the Platinum Edition.
The Super Duper Ultra Edition on the next gen, and it's going to be great. But it seems to be like that's the war that's being waged really with all of this stuff, because if Xbox is really going to be the superior upgrade your last gen stuff system, and I think it probably will be just based on specs, then you got a choice to make, and it might not be worth it to upgrade to the next generation copy that's made specifically for next gen. It's like, what is the difference really going to be? Is it going to be draw distance? Is it going to be checkerboard 4K versus true 4K? I've got a 4K TV. I've run stuff on 4K from a PS4 Pro. I got to tell you, I do not care. Like, give me the frames. Give me 60 frames on the third person action games over the 4K any day. It's a good 4K TV will make up the difference. It upscales. The TV does the upscaling too. It's not like it just, oh, that's 1080, that's fine right there. Like higher end TVs, they kind of do some of the work of whatever's on the screen, whatever's being rendered on the screen. So I'd rather have 1080 looking smooth, and 4K just hasn't been that big of a sell for me, even having it. So I would gladly, even if I didn't purchase the Ultimate Edition, which I will, I would still be like, who? It's not that big a deal. I'll see it. Digital Foundry will break it down, and they'll go, oh, look, the light's better. Is the lighting good enough? Is it a reason for you to go, yes, I'm going to spend $40, $50 and replay through 70 hours of this shit just because the lighting's better? For me, no. And I wonder how many people would say, yeah, I do that just because the lighting is that much better in this game. Like, what do you have to see to make you go, no, that's it. I've got to play through this game again on that system. I don't know what that threshold is for different people.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, with this game specifically, nah. But there may be some games that people do want to replay again, just because they're shinier. Like fucking Ghost of Tsushima. Maybe somebody wants to play that shinied up. Last of Us shinied up. There's some games. By the way, I love the fact that somebody's been playing a game this entire time. I don't know who, but I've been here. I'm hearing them click clacks, man. Hearing them click clacks. That's how you know we're a real gamer show. But yeah, I don't know.
It's me.
Oh, nice. What are you playing, man?
The Ghost.
Nice, the Ghost. So continue, sir. It's not bothering. It's kind of funny. I'm like, hey, hold on, I hear some clicking back there. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, so remasters. Again, it depends on what game and stuff, because there are some people, and this is something I noticed on Twitter when I asked. I flat out said, I'm like, listen, like, are you guys actually genuinely excited to buy either of the consoles this fall? And 76% of the people, it was like 500 people voted on it or something like that, or 1,000, I don't know what the fuck it was. But they were like, yes, 75% of people want this shit. So, and a lot of them said playing games that are shinier. They didn't say shinier, obviously, graphically better or whatever, but shinier games, that's actually an incentive for people, So I guess that's a selling point. By the way, one of the other incentives for people was like, yo, my PS4 sounds like it's about to take off to Mars. I need a new fucking system. That was the other one.
Sounds
There's
familiar.
no guarantee that it won't have that.
That's me.
That's the thing. I'll wait.
Yeah, that's Chris right there, man. I don't hear, I don't hear, but yeah, no, but some people are saying they are willing to, or not willing, they want to buy the consoles to play the shiny versions of these games. So there is a subset of gamers that are willing to do that. To me, that's not a selling point. Like, no, I want to play shiny versions of new games, not old games,
That's true.
Yeah.
I got a question, though.
Go ahead, bro.
Why is it that when Remedy does this, people are booing from the stands? When Nintendo drops a trailer for Pikmin 3 remastered from last gen, people are like, they pull out the pom-poms and they're jumping up and down like Chun-Li on the mat.
You can answer.
It's not even that, man. When I went over the financials, you know what the number one selling game on the Switch is?
Mario Kart 8.
Yes, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yeah, like you said, it's a port. I don't even think they remastered it.
No, it's just a port.
Anything.
The Wii U though, that's why for them that shit was new. For me, that was brand spanking new because I didn't buy a Wii U.
Yeah, but
I know, but
but the point is,
they get to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
They get away with it.
Yeah, exactly. Chris just took the words I'm about. Nintendo gets away with that shit. Their fans, they don't care. They want it. But gamers that actually have brains in their heads, they'll speak up.
Unless it's on the actual Wii U. The only time they cared about the system is when they played the games on the Switch.
Yeah, isn't that funny? How come the Wii U wasn't that much of a hit? Everybody loves their games. Funny how that.
Think about it. Nintendo gets so much slack. The Switch counts in the same generation as the Wii U, which is bullshit.
And no one says anything except us.
Yeah,
we're the only ones.
Bullshit.
Yeah. People are like, yeah, they had two generations. Like, no, it doesn't work like that, man. Only Nintendo get away with that shit. But yeah, we'll see what happens with this Ultimate Edition. But Brian, circling it back to you, man. You're talking about setting a bad precedent. If this shit sells well, you already know what's happening this generation, brother.